Sacrifice. It's quite simple, actually. In order to become a new person or build up a new sort of set of habits, a new personality, kind of become a new person altogether in a way, you have to be able to sacrifice old traits, old habits, old visions and kind of imagery of yourself, like, whatever perspective or image you kind of had of yourself like before. Those things, or some of those things, need to be sacrificed in order to bring in the new. Now, most people can't really contend with this. Most people want to add traits without removing others. That can be done sometimes, but in my experience, I found that there are just certain habits and certain traits and certain things that you need to sacrifice in order to attain new ones. For example, I started running a few years ago now, and one trait that I definitely had to get rid of was just the willingness for comfort. I had to choose to be more comfortable getting out, like, running 3, 4, 5 times or 5 times a week by the end of it, instead of just staying at home and just doing what I was doing, whatever it might have been. It's hard to remember now. And it might seem kind of common sense and obvious, but people tend to sort of, and I myself as well, tend to fool themselves into thinking that, you can gain something without giving anything up. Now, a lot of time, there's always a trade of some kind, and it's whether it's a trade of, like, maybe you're trading in money for something, so expending capital and, like, money to accelerate things, say like in a business, or time, so you've got to give up the time or give the time from one thing that you're doing to another. We've all got 24 hours in a day. More people, there might be more people who have more indentured time compared to others. Not everybody's 24 hours are equal, depending on the circumstances. But most people have time to trade in areas. It's just whether they want to make that sacrifice or not. The other part of it is not just being able to trade in and sacrifice old traits. It's more about being willing, being able to let go of a previous image of yourself, seeing yourself as this kind of person or that kind of person or wherever it might be. But if you are making quite drastic changes in character, in habits and whatnot, there just becomes a point where, you might have to sacrifice the majority of who you once were for, I'd say, as a father, I've made, the transition in some regards. I had to, sacrifice a lot of traits, a lot of my, self-image, I think, to be a decent father. I'm not saying amazing, but hopefully I am a decent and a good father. People might dispute that, but I think there are just certain things that need to change when your role or who you're trying to be shifts quite dramatically. So that's all I wanted to say on that, really, was be willing to give up and sacrifice something to gain something new. There are no free lunches, there are no easy, there might be easy wins, but there are no free wins in life a lot of the time. You've got to be able to give up one thing or another to become the next version of yourself you want to be. Just have a think about that. And if you are looking to change and get rid of old habits and form new ones, wish you all the best. Thanks for watching.